it's Kales, and I want to tell you about a cool new project I'm working on. Over the past year and a half or so, I've been working on a podcast called Why We YA with my good friend Allison, and we were really happy with this podcast. We had a ton of fun with it, and we were really happy with the few listeners that we had, and thank you guys so much out there, because I know a lot of my viewers also listen to the podcast, and so thank you guys so much. Well, at this time, we are going to be retiring Why We YA and moving on to another venture that we have. It is still going to be a podcast, but for us, we felt like that we were kind of running out of steam with Why We YA. We really talked about all the topics that we wanted to discuss on there, but we really liked the podcasting format. We also found that we enjoyed the excuse to hang out with each other and still talk about books, but we wanted to make it a little bit more formulaic, and we kind of just jumped with both feet in when we were doing this podcasting thing. And now that we spent a year and a half on this podcast with 25 episodes, as well as becoming more broad in our listening ventures of podcasts, I think we found a really awesome format and a new podcast that we're really, really excited about. Introducing Novel Predictions, which is Allison and I's new podcast. So essentially, Allison and I laugh at ourselves and each other as one tries to predict the ending of a book that the other one has already read. So hence Novel Predictions. Essentially, what we're doing is, between the two of us, we have such a vast reading style, but there are some books that we haven't read that are really popular or that are favorites of the other friend, and so we're forcing each other once a month to read a book that the other one hasn't read, and it's just funny. It's gonna be great. We're spicing it up a little bit. So this podcast is gonna be, for example, our very first episode is gonna be Eragon. I've never read Eragon, guys. I never wanted to pick it up. I have reasons that I explain as to why I didn't want to in the podcast, but it's one of Allison's absolute favorite books. So Allison, for the month of July, forced me to read Eragon, and I read the first 5 chapters, and we record our first episode, and Allison asks me a series of pre-planned questions where I try and predict what I think is going to happen based off the first 5 chapters. Then, at the end of the month, we do an episode where we finish the book and see how accurate my predictions are. We're gonna do 2 episodes a month, a different book each month. We're gonna try and announce it to you guys so that you can read along with us or laugh. So it's kind of a review podcast, also mixed in with a little bit of flavor. We actually cuss in this podcast, which just feels so much more like us. And we get to be funny and sarcastic. It's a little bit more comedic, rather than some serious YA topics. And we get to talk about some great books, you know, because there's some out there that are really popular, like Eragon or The Fault in Our Stars, that we haven't read, and we're gonna read them now. It's gonna be quite the challenge. Please subscribe to Novel Predictions on iTunes. So links to all that is down below. If you were following Why We YA beforehand, on Twitter and Instagram, we just changed those handles over. But if you're new to this, please follow us at Novel Predictions on Instagram and Twitter, and that'll be all of our information and updates, and subscribe to us on iTunes, give us 5 stars. So I hope you like it, I hope you find it fun. It's just gonna be a grand old time about a weird way of looking at book reviews, guys. Novel Predictions, really excited about it. Thanks again to Allison for being an amazing friend, an amazing coworker on this project. So yeah, until next time, guys. Bye! Hi guys, it's Kales, and I'm working on a cool new project. What was that noise? That was weird.